Alright, I'm going to do something different today. We're going to open up 3 cars, and in both cases I'm going to show you 2 other vehicles. They're the exact same casting, just with different liveries. This all kind of came to me because I have so many of these hanging around, where I have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, in some cases dozens of a casting, and then I get a new one. It is kind of fun to compare and contrast. So the first one is the most predictable one, the new Bugatti Bolide. Or is it Boldy? No, Bolide. Yeah, why am I saying that? Anyway, let's crack this one open. This is a pretty cool casting, but they did the exact same paint job for all 3. Just the primary colors. Now we have red, white, and blue. There you go. Red, white, and blue. This is a pretty cool casting and all. I mean, the real car itself is wild. I'm a little over Bugatti's recent years. There's so many coming out constantly, it's just getting overwhelming. This is kind of an example of that, where, you know, this is sort of kind of a high-end Chiron. Anyway, I mean, it's a cool car. The X-shaped, almost looks like the SpaceX logo, X-shaped headlights are kind of neat. I wish that they did a paint job or accentuate the Bugatti grille and some of the other details more. That's what I'm kind of waiting on. See that? Crazy dynamic, all the airflow. It's almost like the Aston Martin Valkyrie in its extremities. This is so, I mean, everywhere, not just in the front and rear and sides, but the whole thing is just wild. But it is a neat casting, it's a neat car. Alright, next we got the Edsel. Let's do the Edsel next. So, I had 1 or 2 of these for a long time, and I've got a couple on the card. I've been a big fan of them, and I just kind of almost forget sometimes that this casting exists. And then I'll see it at a trade night or on eBay, and I go, oh, hey, that's another Edsel. And I don't know how many they made exactly. Like I said, I have 1 or 2 more, I think, in storage. But this one right here, I think, is my all-time favorite. And so I wanted to open it for a while. So let's crack that guy open. It's the white. The emerald green with the white is a beautiful color combo. I mean, look at that. That is so cool. I love Edsels. I don't care what anybody says. I think they're cool. I'm actually not a big Ford guy. I would much prefer an Edsel than most 50s Fords, because the Edsels are unique and rare and weird. You know, they say it's an Oldsmobile sucking on a lemon because of the grille. I've heard some other things, like a chrome small cat, if you get my drift. I think that's funny too, but I like it. I don't care. I like it. I think they're cool cars. My favorite model year for Edsel was actually not this, the 58 that debuted it. My favorite was the 1960, and I think that 1960 Fords are pretty cool, and the Edsel is just the coolest version, essentially, of that chassis. But, yeah, if you look at these things, the nose to tail, they're pretty well detailed. I should paint the taillights on the 2 nicer ones, at least. There you go. So that's Edsel's. Quite famous for complaining about idiotic, stupid fantasy castings, but then there's stuff like this that I absolutely love. It's a good example of a fantasy casting that's really neat. I'm not sure where this price sticker is from. This is the weirdest thing, but I don't know. Anyway, let's crack this guy open. Actually, I guess before I do that, let me show you the 2 others I have. So this is just I think this might have been one of those 4th of July series cars. Then we've got the Blue Angels, which I do need to actually detail and fix up. Some of the paint is chipped on the edge here. I can use a yellow paint marker or some yellow nail polish probably to fix that up. That's how I roll a lot of times. But if you look at this thing, it's just so lower, longer, wider. It's so cool. Oh yeah. Military Rods USA. Blue Angels. Look at that. How cool is that? Alright, and there's the newest. What does this thing say? Oh, okay. Spectraflame 2. That's ironic since I have 3 of them. Yeah, this isn't Spectraflame. Well, is this what Hoggles calls Spectraflame this era? I wouldn't call this Spectraflame, but call me crazy. It's not quite what Spectraflame should be. So there you go. There's a look at 3 separate castings and some other variations. Bugattis are fairly new. This guy is not. That's been out for a while, and that was an old one that I opened. And the Edsel is definitely, being one of the Larry's Garage ones, it's definitely an older one. Actually, I never did look to see whether it was a... Oh, look at that. I opened up a Chase. Oh well. The Larry Wood signature's on the bottom. Don't care. It's cool. I mean, I do care. It's nice, but I don't care that I opened it. There. That's why I bought it, so that I would eventually open it.